I'm standing here on the corner of Huxley and Eaton, where on early Monday morning, two Providence College freshman basketball players, Johnny Lacey and James Still, randomly assaulted a Providence College senior, leaving him critically injured. The two students are being accused of assault and have been suspended from the basketball team and school until further investigation is done. Yurkin Abdurkamenov is a senior from Kazakhstan and a residence assistant in St. Joe's. Just weeks before his graduation, he is assaulted by two members of his own school while walking back from PC Mart to buy an apple. Johnny Lacey and James Still are currently out on bail and awaiting their trial. I talked to several students about their reactions to the incident. Here's what they had to say. What was your reaction to the event that happened on Eaton Street?
Well, I was just shocked at first. I woke up late because I slept in that day, and then when I heard the news, it seemed so surreal because Yurkin has been on my floor all year. I knew him from last year alone in one of my classes, and he's honestly one of the most timid and nicest people I've ever met, and to hear this happen to him was just completely shocking and it appalled me, really.
I was walking back to campus alone, and I saw the blood on the sidewalk, and I didn't really know what happened at first, and I was kind of confused, and then I heard about it later, and it just really surprised me that students from our school would do something like that.
I had just skimmed the email, I assume like a lot of people did, so I didn't really think anything of it. I thought it was just another security email about someone getting mugged. But then after a day or two after that email went out, I started hearing everybody talk about it all around campus, and then soon enough I had heard what I assume is the full story, which is that the basketball players just attacked the kid.
It made me sick to my stomach just knowing that other PC students could do that to another PC student. I literally was speechless.
I was just very sad. I was shocked and surprised that that would even happen on this campus. Made me worry about our security and what to expect on the perimeters of our campus.
Security made a statement in regards to the students' safety on and off campus. Major Leydon, how did PC Security respond to the incident on Eaton Street?
Well, we had a supervisor on campus who noticed some activity on Eaton Street. Some emergency vehicles were on scene, so my sergeant responded immediately and assisted the rescue and police officials with the investigation and treating the victim.
How are you guys ensuring that students feel safe on campus after the incident?
Well, typically during the end of the spring semester, we beef up security both on and off campus. So we currently have supervisors that patrol off campus with the Providence Police on a nightly basis.
This incident made national news. Several students gave their opinions to how this will affect the school's reputation.
Oh, definitely a negative one, without a doubt. I mean, to have the athletes who represent our school in the Big East, and what's probably our biggest sport in terms of the Big East, to have the two athletes just for no reason cause a felonious crime like this, it's horrible, and it's going to hurt us for a while. Some recruits might back out. We might be viewed differently in the league. It's going to be a long-term effect. It's going to hit us for a while, I feel.
It's a pretty bad image that's been created. I mean, I was just in the barbershop the other day, and a couple of basketball players were walking by, and my barber just looked at them with a disappointed face on. So I think it doesn't even affect only the students. I mean, it affects the city because the whole city's represented with that school, and because it's a basketball team, Division I, we play in the Big East, so it's like everyone really embraces that, and it kind of was a disappointment, I think, for the city and for students alike. So
I think it's going to have a really big impact, especially seeing as both of the two students were on the basketball team, and I think they are only freshmen and they've had disciplinary issues in the past. But at the same time, with PC basketball being one of the, more attractive things of students coming to the school, that it's going to reflect really poorly that they can't keep the students under control, that they're not exactly good students at all, and that they're just here for basketball and have no respect for the institution or their coach or anybody for that matter.
It's going to affect our basketball program because it reflects us as having no discipline and losing respect in the Big East. We're already losing respect by our play, and now it doesn't help that our reputation is not improving during the off season when we should be improving ourselves and working out as a team instead of going out and being ridiculous.
I feel like it was night and day with Welsh and Keno coming in. I mean, Welsh, even though people didn't like him or whatnot, I felt like he, if you messed up, you knew you had to pay the penalty. I think with Keno, he's more of a people's person, and he tries to be a nicer person. I guess that's what I've been hearing. I know after a big loss, when we would expect them to, be running drills, suicides, and at the court. I asked one of my friends, I was like, so what happened after the game? Like, what did the coach do? Did he yell at you? And he was like, no, we had a shoot around. Just had a shoot around. They had a shooting contest right after a big loss, like that they really messed up bad, and I just was shocked. I was just like, really? He was like, yeah, we had a shooting contest, free throw contest, like nothing happened. So like that's the attitude I feel of a lot of players. I mean, he kind of laughed about it, but I was just like, all right, and we're trying to win games, and that's the way we're going. So, I mean, with that, I mean, and then that can also carry over to off the field. So like no restrictions. I don't think there is even a curfew for the guys on the weekends or whatever it is. So. It's something that needs to change because we don't want stuff like this happening.
I also spoke to students and faculty who knew him personally.
Probably the nicest kid I've ever met. I was actually talking to someone earlier this morning, and I said if there was one person on this campus that I wouldn't want something like this to happen to, it would be him.
He was pretty shy at first, but
shy kid. Opened up a little towards the middle of the year.
Get to know him. He's kind of a dry, funny kid.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard him say a bad thing about anyone.
No, and I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say a bad thing about him.
Jurgen's just a really nice guy. He's quiet. At least, you know, how do I know what he's like? I'm a professor, so maybe he doesn't relate to me in the way that he does to other people. I've heard really good things about him from other students who know him. He's very nice, and typically for a Kazakh person coming over here, or just in general, Kazakh people are very, very polite. And he's scrupulously polite and, you know, very pleasant. That's about it. He's, just an unassuming, nice guy.
Yeah, certainly it's been a pleasure living around him for the past year.
Yeah, and I think we speak on behalf of everyone on the floor that we're all pulling for him. So.
This was a shocking event for the PC community. Our best wishes go out for Jurgen, and we hope for a speedy recovery. Thank you for watching this special edition of PCTV. I'm Emma Macey.